Well, clearly we've struggled with this decision, and we clearly also didn't anticipate losing 8 days of instruction in such a short period of time. And so we, with the lack of flexibility in the calendar, as you know, we have to abide by state restrictions for our calendar, so we have very little flexibility at this point of time in the calendar that we have. And so certainly 2 years ago when we constructed the 14-15 calendar, we couldn't have anticipated the type of weather delays that we had, and in such a concentrated period of time, losing 8 days of instruction.
So I think that I would want to say to parents or students or teachers who have plans and have been counting on either previous messaging that the district provided or plans that were made prior to even any of that messaging, to do what's best for your family. To take the time, if you've already committed to something, we're trying to provide and ensure in our messaging that we have maximum flexibility for students who may not be in attendance that day or staff who may not be in attendance that day.
Think you owe an apology at all?
I think that when we look at the totality of what we've done across the last month or so with the inclement weather, I will readily say that we need to take a look at both our processes and our messaging to make sure that we're providing greater level of consistency for our families.
I would agree.
Are you surprised at all that now I think a little more than 7,000 people have signed the petition?
I'm not surprised. I think that it is, any time that no matter when we schedule these makeup days for, whether it is Saturday or it's a Good Friday or it is during spring break or it's at the end of the year, we're going to have people that want to provide feedback. And in this particular case, it's soon. I'm sure there's a strong student lobby behind this as well. They're looking forward to that, and I'm not surprised.
Do you think it'll compel you all to discuss or change your decision?
Well, I think at this point we've communicated what the makeup days are.
And you're committed to that this time?
Yes, we are.
And I just want to make sure that I understand right. So when you decided to do spring break, you don't need the full board to say, okay, go for it. I mean, did anybody from the board say, you know what? Aren't we sort of going back on, did they question it? Or did you even have any discussion?
The board was aware of the other options that we were considering prior to messaging. That was all of the work that happened on Friday to make sure the board was aware of where we were headed, that principals were aware of where we were headed, and that we had gotten through that last round of weather prior to the final message.
And did anybody question the flip-flop?
Well, I think that all of us have expressed questions and concerns about which is the best option and deciding on the best option. So I don't think that there is a concern that someone may express that we haven't batted around.
And then